Okay, so yesterday we were talking about appositives. In fact, you guys did some worksheets. Well, you sort of did worksheets. Looking at them, I didn't think you guys did a very good job of them. But I want to talk about them again this morning so that you really understand them. And then I'm going to show you a brief video on appositives also. So look at the examples on the board. I want you to first remember that an appositive is a phrase. Remember that a phrase is a group of words that may or may not have a predicate or a subject. It has one of them, but not both of them. So appositives are phrases, they're related words that are always separated from the text by commas. So there's always going to be a comma either before, after, or if it's in the middle of a sentence, on both sides of the appositive. The sentence is still complete without the appositive, so take it out, you still have a good sentence. It just adds meaning to the sentence. So let's look at some examples here. First, look at number one. San Diego, a beautiful city in Southern California, is a popular place to visit. Well, if you read that, it's not written very well because it's missing the commas. There's an appositive phrase in this sentence, and it's right here. San Diego, comma, a beautiful city in Southern California, comma, is a popular place to visit. Now I want you to notice that if I take the words a beautiful city in California out, if I just said San Diego is a popular place to visit, it's still a good sentence. So positives are not required for good sentences. What they do is they make the sentences better. And remember that an appositive always relates to or describes a noun or a pronoun. So it's talking about the noun San Diego. So we're taking a little pause, we're giving a little bit more information, and then we're continuing with our thought. So it's kind of like your thoughts are interrupted momentarily for another thought, and then we can continue on our way with what we're doing. Look at number two. A man with a generous heart, Mr. Baldwin, donated the money for the new library. Okay, so we need to figure out where the appositive phrase is in this sentence. Does anybody see where we should put the commas around the positive? Go ahead. So if I put a comma where it says amen, amen, the generous heart, Mr. Baldwin donated the money for the library. Doesn't make sense, right? Doesn't work. So that isn't where the commas go. Anyone else want to give it a shot? Go ahead. Which part? So you want me to put out just to block out with a generous heart? So a man, comma, with a generous heart, comma, Mr. Baldwin donated the money for the new library. What do you guys think about that? Let's read that sentence again. Let's read it a little slower and listen for the pauses. A man with a generous heart, Mr. Baldwin donated the money for the new library. It still doesn't quite sound right, does it? So I would still say that's probably not right. So let me help you with this one. It's a man with a generous heart, comma, Mr. Baldwin, comma, donated the money for the new library. So in this case, hold on, a man with a generous heart, Mr. Baldwin, yes. So that's actually where the appositive phrase is. It's in this case, Mr. Baldwin is the appositive phrase. Okay. It doesn't have to be a bunch of words. It could be just two. So Mr. Baldwin, we're talking about a man with a generous heart. We're pausing. We're explaining who the man with the generous heart is, and then we're continuing on with our thoughts. Donated the money for the new library. Okay, that's the positive phrase. Some of you were getting kind of close, but not close enough. Look at number three. Joey made a finger painting his favorite kind of art. That one might be a little bit easier to find the positive phrase. Anybody know where it is or where the commas go? Go ahead. So the comma should go after finger painting. So Joey made a finger painting, comma, his favorite kind of art. That is correct. That's a positive phrase. Okay. And remember, guys, that positive phrases, their whole purpose in grammar is to explain something or to give more detail or to what I say, almost like painting a picture. Remember what I told you guys when you write, you should be painting a picture with your words so that the reader knows what you're trying to get across. If I said, Joey made a finger painting, we don't know much about why he made the finger painting. But if we know that it's his favorite kind of art, then we have more information and it's a bit better, more visual of an idea. Look at number four. Our class learns how to use a protractor, a tool for measuring angles. Okay, this one has a positive phrase in it also. Does anybody know where it is? Go ahead, Gio. Correct. So our class learned how to use a protractor, comma, a tool for measuring angles. So you're saying that's the positive phrase, and that is correct. Because I could say our class learned how to use a protractor and be done with a sentence. But I want to explain more in case someone doesn't know what a protractor is. I would add in a positive phrase, a tool for measuring angles. By the way, this is also another way of doing context clues. So when you find a word that's unknown in a sentence, sometimes after that unknown word is going to be a positive phrase that's going to explain the meaning of the word. In this case, it does. It talks about what a protractor is, so you get a more of an idea in case you didn't know what that happens to be, although hopefully all of you in here know what a protractor is. Number 5, Anthony's brother John knows how to play the trombone. Anthony's brother John knows how to play the trombone. So this one has in a positive phrase in it also. Do you see it? Where is it? So you think Anthony's brother John is the positive phrase? So if I said only right here, John knows how to play the trombone. Oh, I'm sorry. You said never mind. You said it was Anthony's brother John. So if I said knows how to play the trombone, is that a sentence? It is not. So in order to be a sentence, the appositive doesn't make it or make it a sentence or not make it a sentence. The appositive simply adds meaning. So if I take away what you say is the appositive, Anthony's brother John, then we are left with no sentence at all. Okay, so that means that is not the positive phrase. You're close to it, but that isn't the actual positive phrase. What is it? It's about Tony. So Anthony's, comma, brother John, right? Anthony's, comma, brother John knows how to play the trombone. Hmm. So if I took the positive out, then you see it's the positive. It says Anthony's John knows how to play the trombone. Does that make sense? That means it is not the positive. Go ahead. Okay, Anthony's brother, comma, John, comma, knows how to play the trombone. So if I took it out now, if Anthony's brother knows how to play the trombone, as a sentence, so John is in a positive. It's pausing, explaining, and then moving on. Or pausing, clarifying, and then moving on. So now we know who Anthony's brother is. His name is John. Good. Look at number 6. He was able to finish his essay using SpeakPro, a new software program. Let's get see if any of our ladies can figure this one out. I saw a few hands on the last one. Um, number 6. Where's the positive phrase? I'm just gonna pick a girl at random, and if they don't pick themselves, and I'm gonna say, I bet Lizette knows. Only because you had your hand raised last time. That's why I asked you this time. So where do you think it is? He was able to finish his essay using SpeakPro, a new software program. So look for part of the sentence you can take out and still have a good sentence. And if you need help, you can ask someone to help you. So where did you say it was again? I'm sorry, I can hear you. Comma using SpeakPro, a new software program. Okay. So you're saying he was able to finish his essay. Okay, well that is a sentence by itself. You're right. But look at the rest of the phrase. Using SpeakPro, a new software program. That doesn't flow very well, does it? So that actually is not where the positive is. Um, so go ahead. What do you think it is? Okay, so if we say it's here, he was able to finish his essay using SpeakPro, a new software program. Hmm. How does it sound now? So if I take out the appositive, which is the positive, it says he was able to finish his essay, a new software program. Does that work? It does not. So using Speak Pro is not the appositive phrase. Juan Carlos. Okay, now let's see how that sounds. He was able to finish his essay using Speak Pro, a new software program. So you're saying that a new software program is explaining a noun in the sentence, right? So a new software program is stopping and explaining what Speak Pro is. That makes it in a positive phrase. But take it off, the sentence still works perfectly. Okay. So while you found one that does work, Lizette, it doesn't actually make sense if you take it out for the rest of the sentence. Okay. So good. That's the positive phrases. I think we might have one or two more. Let's see what I have here. Couple more. Okay, number 7. You guys are doing good. Number 7, the new school, Wagner Elementary, is on Main Street. I see some more hands. Karina. So the new school, Wagner Elementary, is on Main Street. So let's take out Wagner Elementary and see what it says. The new school is on Main Street. It's a sentence. Subject, predicate, complete thought. Wagner Elementary is talking about what? School. So it's doing what a positive phrase does. It's explaining or describing or clarifying or whatever a noun, which is school. So yes, good job. That is the positive phrase. Look at number 8. A huge dog with big paws, Bear, was always tracking mud into the house. Where's the positive in this sentence? Go ahead, Gio. So you see, that's the positive is Bear. A huge dog with big paws was always tracking mud into the house. Hmm. Let's read it the way we've written it with the commas. A huge dog with big paws, Bear, was always tracking mud into the house. Kind of, sort of works, but it's not really a positive. You see what the error is? Which comma needs to go away? The second one. Okay, if I take away the first one, I have no subject. So, okay, good. So, a huge dog with big paws, comma, Bear was always tracking mud into the house. So now we're using our positive to describe a noun. Good. And that is the appositive phrase, the first part of it. So I want you guys to notice that the appositive phrases can go in many different places in a sentence. They can go in the beginning, they can go in the middle, they can go in the end. It just depends on how they are being used. So anyways, just want to make sure you guys know what the positive phrases are. One last review of them. A positive phrase, according to the directions here, and what you saw yesterday on your worksheets, is that it's a phrase that stops and then explains a noun. Or could even stop and explain a pronoun also, just depending on how a sentence is written. They're always separated by commas, either at the end of it, at the beginning of it, or around both sides of it. If it's in the middle of a sentence, they don't have to be there to be a sentence, but they make the sentence richer and better. Okay. Any questions on the positive phrases before I show you the video? And then we go over a few questions on a quiz, not quiz, but questions. Okay.